And here we are with our good old Infect list that we've run plenty of times before. We'll continue to run plenty of times again. And so, as we were saying earlier, we've got the good old one of Becomement so that we don't have 35 1-drops to get absolutely blown out by Chalice of the Void, game 1, and then Blighted Agents and Spell Skites on our 2-drop. As far as sideboard's concerned, we've got the Veils, the Dismembers, the Disputes, the Force of Vigors. All of these 100% are cards that we absolutely want. The Spell Skite's good. Weather the Storm is meh. When you want that 1 or 2 additional turns that it can provide, it's great, but you have to want it. And then the Tarmogoyfs have been underperforming recently, but not to the point where I want to remove them. So let's just run this Infect list, see how well we can do. And there we go. Onwards to match 1. We run the die roll. We will gladly take the play. And it's got a Blighted Agent and a Glistener Elf. It's missing Pump. We'll try it. It's missing Pump, but we've run way too many Pump spells in the deck to be worried about not having Pump spells in hand. Opponent mulligans to 6. Okay. We will start off with a Glistener Elf and pass in the turn. Chef at Dunes. Okay. Makes me think Eldrazi and Taxes. There's a path, sure. Gets us a forest. We sadly don't have double blue this turn, so we will go Hierarch into Cap's Breeding Pool, pass. I'm sorry, next turn we have up Blighted Agent plus Spell Skite, or Blighted Agent plus Spell Pierce. Okay, so they went Vile, pass. Waterlogged Grove here is good for us. Play out this Blighted Agent, pass the turn. Do not swing with the Hierarch. Ghost Quarter to Thalia, sure. Step, let's draw ourselves a card. That's a pretty good draw. So green, 1. We can +6, +7, hit them for 8 Infect. And it holds up. Well, it doesn't hold up Spell Pierce, but it does get in for enough that they need removal here. Plus removal on the Ink Moth. They have the removal on the Ink Moth with the Ghost Quarter. They have a Giver. So arguably it would have been more correct to just vines that turn and add +5, take them to 6 infect, and then we hold up spell pierce. Because then we have up pierce in case they try to path here. Because our worst case scenario is they go land drop, path the blighted agent. And then Ghost Quarter our Ink Moth. But does not look like that's going to be happening. Okay. And so some form of taxes. Dismembers come in, spell pierces come out. Spell Skite doesn't seem awful. Because it's probably mono white Eldrazi taxes with that Shefet Dunes. I guess we think that they need the colorless source. And if they're flickering things and Containment Priest, we'd want to not have that happen. So let's do that and board out a vines. Yeah. So they'll take the play here probably. This hand is very tempting. The problem is it's one land, so if they have the if they have the removal for the Hierarch, we're fine, because then we play out Blighted Agent. And that's what we wanted off the top, was a land. Green Hierarch, pass the turn. Eldrazi Temple. White and 1. Arbiter, sounds good. Blue 1, Blighted Agent, pass. If they go to Path of the Agent, we kill the Arbiter. No problem. Waiting on Mr. Taxman to decide what they want to do. Again, there's not much for us to think about. We only have this dismember if they try to do exactly what they just did. And then they have a vial. Okay. Unless they have a flyer on 0 with this vial, we win. Animate, give it +4/+4. Give it +4/+4. Swing for 10 infect in the air. Getting there. Infect versus taxes. I imagine, I don't know how that matchup is, whether favored versus not favored. It feels pretty favored to me, but they can still pull off some pretty crazy stuff. So fetch, shock, listener elf. Then we have land, blighted agent if they kill it. If not, then we have land, groundswell. Okay, fetch a basic forest here, and then Utopia Sprawl. Okay. So this is Ponza-esque. Don't like our odds against Ponza with this hand. Because we have to go get that breeding pool here so that we can play out this agent if they don't have the Blood Moon. If they do, we just get absolutely hosed by Blood Moon here. Show it to me. Yep. Hit him for 3. Blood Moon does work. So we have a hand filled with uncastables until we get one of our 2 basic forests here. The Season Pyromancer is just going to run away with the game. So we can't do anything. I mean, at this point, we just play it out and wait for them to have a... Wait and see if they want to show us anything more. We know that they're the red-green Ponza list. They know that we're Infect. We were hoping that they didn't have the turn 2 Blood Moon, but they did. Chandra? Okay, we'll go ahead and concede. Because they down take here, we're now trying to find a land. We're not doing it. Okay. Force of Vigor comes in. Spellskite comes in. Spell Pierce comes out. And Vines comes out. Is there anything that we want? Maybe Mages? These feel so bad to bring in, but we know that they're on Blood Moon. If we could hit like a Blood Moon and a Utopia Sprawl, that's fine. Dismember's not a bad way to deal with their creatures. We just need to keep a hand that doesn't fold the Blood Moon. Like this hand, for example. Hmm. An unfortunate game 1, but it looks like we can come back for games 2 and possibly games 3. Don't know that for a fact, though. We need to see what they've got up their sleeve. Because it's turn 1 Hierarch into hopefully turn 2 Spell Skite. In case they have Pillage. And Forest Sprawl. Yep. They always have it. And play out the Windswept Heath, play out a Spell Skite, and pass the turn. This way, if they try to Blood Moon, we can crack the Windswept Heath, get ourselves another forest. If they try to Pillage, we can redirect. Blood Moon. Non-basic lands or mountains. You got it. We'll play out this mountain. Blue and a red, Blighted Agent. Pass the turn to opponent. Stomping Ground. They have 4 mana. Anger of the Gods. Well, that's unfortunate. Because we kind of just have to throw the pump into the Blighted Agent at this point then. We lose our access to our blue mana. And we have opponent on a 10 turn clock. On the bright side, if we hit a land drop, we have the number of turns that it'll take us to kill our opponent. If we hit another mutagenic, like there's plenty of pump spells that can get us out of this situation. Utopia sprawls the forest. Name's green. Now has triple red. Second anger. Pillage destroys the spell sky. Yep. Double green, double red. Chandra. Down tick. Yep. And we've lost this game. We don't have access to blue. I mean, I guess if we hit exactly hierarchy here off the top and they don't have removal, we're in it. But we don't. But their threat right now is a 9-turn clock with Chandra. Or they can hit a Glorybringer. Yeah, that's a card. Glorybringer comes in for 4. We take 4. They now have an actual clock. And looks like we're gonna be go ahead and marking this as a loss. Because at this point, we can't really play anything. Windswept Heath, we go down to 11. We take 4, go down to 7. There's an Arbor Elf, sure. And a Cindervines. Ooh, can we kill ourselves using Cindervines here? 1 damage, so 8, 10 will die. Cool. We can end this game. Oh, we could have ended this game anyway. Bruh. Wait. I wanted a chance to respond. Deals 3 damage to me. There we go. Yep. I mean, we could have not pumped and then they wouldn't have gained the 6 plus the 2. So we'd be at 2 life. We get this next draw. It's Distortion Strike. We pass. We die to the Chandra uptick. Yep. Blood Moon. Real good against Infect. Who would have thunk it? And match number 3. Here we go. Okay. We won die roll. Nope. Second verse, same as the first. This is keepable though. Bottom become immense. Bottom mutagenic? No, bottom vines. Spindlehaven Hierarch pass turn. Ooh, that's very good for us. Unless they have the Chalice on 1. leave that as a misty rainforest. Play out this blighted agent and pass the turn. Infect, baby. All right, so we're facing Tron. They didn't do anything like a chromatic sphere or a chromatic star. It makes me think more along the lines of E-Tron than actual Tron. So I want these Force of Vigors for now. They don't really target. Well, let me rephrase that. The stuff that they target with, we can't really protect using dismembers. So those board out spell pierces, assuming this is the Eldrazi Tron matchup. This is the Eldrazi Tron matchup. Gorse are pretty good at blocking most of their stuff. But Gorse are bad in the Tron matchup. So let's just bring in 2 Shave on a Scale Up and 2 Vines. Yeah. I'm tentatively boarding for E-Tron. It could be True Tron or Green Tron, but I'm guessing it's E-Tron. So if it is, this allows us to have the removal for Chalice on 1. Gorse are just a nice thing that they can't really kill. Ooh. That was a big yawn. Sorry. They're Tron. They're going to take the play. This hand has Hierarchs and a land threat. I don't mind that our threat's a land here. This hand does get blown out by Chalice on 1. But we can't really be too worried about Chalice on 1 all the time. That Hierarch passed the turn. Mine Tower. Okay. That noble pass. It's funny because if they're E-Tron and they assemble Tron and they cast Sanctum of Ugin. Oh no, opponent. Are you just dead here? With that draw, you are. Well, that's not true. They could have double removal. We shall animate. Scale it up. Trying to dismember. Target creature gets +3, -3. Give it +4, +4. Has Dismember. This stack's disgusting. Blossoming Defense. Cool. Turn it sideways. Man. I'm like, they have to have double removal here or it's a bust. So they missed their natural Tron. They had the double removal. And so we animated. We tried to scale it up, which would put it out of spatial contortion range. They went for the spatial contortion. We go for the groundswell there. Because while we technically could have gone Blossoming Defense, they could have then done Dismember, and then we would have had to gone Groundswell Mutagenic to get past the Dismember killing it. That would have given it -5, -5, however. But man. Beating Tron. Turn 4? Right? No. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. We beat Tron on turn 3. Both times there. I would love to take the play. Hand's got a Blood Agent, hand's got a Noble Hierarch, and hand's got Becomements. Hand looks great. We will go Force into Hierarch past the turn. Mountain. Wild Slash. Okay. Mono Red Prowess. We will go Misty past turn. I don't want to play out a Blighted Agent into removal. Kiln Fiend. Okay. Well, I want to get this Blighted Agent down. If possible, there we go. Fetch for a Breeding Pool, shock it in. 1 blue, Blighted Agent past turn. Double red. Manamorphose. Bobble. Tracks Bobble targeting us. Lava spikes our face. They lose out on that mana. So let's think. +4, +4. Putting that into the yard. We need a green spell off the top. Or we need a green mana source off the top here. If we block, they put in a good amount of resources here. We could trade. Eating up one of our Might of Old Crosses. It just resets them. Okay, and so they don't lose their Kiln Fiend anymore, but they did use up another piece of removal. And Kiln Fiend does not get in for 10. We would be going down to 1 if we hadn't have blocked. They draw a card here. We draw a Scale Up. That does it over a course of 2 turns. We need a land. Crash Through gives it Trample. And then Reveler. That's fine. Discards Kiln Fiend and Reveler. They have 3 more. They're tapped out, however. We take 4, go down to 10. There we go. Okay, so mono red prowess. We want Goyfs and Weather the Storm. Pierces can come out while they're good. We'll debate them for now. Second Spellskite's not terrible. They have a lot of removal. So let's shave on some of our Infect threats. So this is what we're wanting to bring in. Shave on... Oh. Shave on our free stuff. Mutagenic's not great in this matchup because it hurts us. We don't want to be taking that much damage. So that leave in the elves as blockers. Sure. And play just a little bit more on the defensive side here. Nope. Keep bottom of Pendlehaven here. Guess we can go Misty Pass. Soulscar Mage is pretty good for them. Why would you play out this? I disagree with the playing of that bauble. Just from the aspect of, do you really need the additional draw right here? Well, this will be a fetch and shock and get down this hierarch and see if they want to use removal on Mana Dark. The correct answer is always. We'll take that and light up the stage. Yep. Exiles a Braid and Lava Dart. Those are fun cards. We'll drop a 3/4. And Lava Darts are hierarch. I'm gonna float a green. You want to trade? No? You don't want to trade? Why not? A braid is now permanently exiled, which is what we want. Green 1, spell skite. Listener elf. Combat swing for 5. I'm gonna take 5. All right. It's their second land drop. Dismembers the spell skite. Okay. Spell skite gets dismembered. Lava darts. Our glistener elf, that's fine. It's us for 3. Opponent. Opponent. You focused so much on killing our things. You forgot Goyf can kill you. Swing for 11. Opponent. I get you want to remove her stuff, but why'd you swing with the Soulscar Mage? You needed to block the Goyf. After hitting yourself for 4 with that Dismember to kill a Glistener Elf, you needed to block the Goyf. Because the Goyf's a 2-turn clock. And like, even in that scenario, we go animate the Ink Moth using Ink Moth, Might of Old Krosa, and pump using that and give it +5/+6. Hit you for 7. No, hit you for 6 Infect. And then next turn we have hit you for 4 Infect. So we had you on a 2-turn clock either way. But you just ended it. Man. 3-1. Let's hit this 4-1. Let's show that Infect's always kicking. F Platas 21. Hand's got a land threat. So what? In Forest, Ink Moth, land, animate, scale up. This hand has enough, but I feel that we can be faster. This hand doesn't have a threat and has no lands. We'll keep 4 of these. I don't know which 4. We'll go with those. Okay, at least it's not a Thoughtseize deck. I was about to be very, very sad. This will be Fetch and Shock. It could still be Jund, which we will be sad about. We're going to tapped. And Black Cleave Cliffs and show me a Renin 6. This is definitely a Renin 6. Dang it. Assuming this is pinging our hierarchy. Yep. And that's a -1. You just lose. Like, we could play this Glistener Elf and then give it protection. That's our only option, is to Glistener Elf and then give it protection. And when they go to ping it, hope they don't have a Lily sack a creature. So they go for the ping. Okay, well, there's the abrupt decay, so we definitely know it's Jund. Red and 6. They now, however, know that we are Infect. We'll play this out, make them do their last of their Red and 6 pings. We weren't going to beat Jund on a mole of 4, so I don't feel bad. They get that, and now they can... They have enough mana to do whatever they want. In all honesty, what this probably is uptick, play land, then Bloodbraid. Assuming this is traditional Jund. Or they just have the land. And a Lily. Okay. We're not winning at that point. Yep. Okay. Goyfs come in. Veils come in. Spell Pierces arguably can come out. Elves definitely shave on some number of Glistener Elves here. They just get shot away. Trim on a scale up. Fine, move over to that one. A scale up and 2 vines? Nah, no. Mutagenics. So 7 in, 7 out. We want this other spell skite. Arguably, we don't need as many veils because it gives pro black. So it's not that great of a card versus Jund. We'll try it. Okay, I would love to take the play. And got a Goyf and an Ink Moth. Sure. Ink Moth next is past the turn. One of the hardest things for Jund to deal with. Okay. Inquisition probably takes Goyf. Unless they have removal for the Goyf. It takes a Vines. We can't really not play out Goyf at this point. They have a Goyf of their own. Animate, hit for 5, hit for 7. Opponent goes to 7 Infect. Okay. They have triple black. I dislike the threat of Kolaghan's command here. That's pretty good for us, because we can animate. I tapped incorrectly. Okay. Swing for 2 Infect in the air. Show me push. Okay. How neat. You had removal, like most Jund players do. Okay. So we still have... So the issue is this is making me think Renin 6. We'll just take the 3 here, because we have this coming off of rebound. Second Goyf, okay. Rebound. Hit our Goyf, make it a 4/4. Let's draw ourselves another card here. Veil's all right. Swing for 4. And play out second land, pass turn. Hope they try to Lily downtick here, because we let Lily resolve. Then when they go for the downtick, we veil ourselves so that way we can't be targeted. Effectively make the Lily fizzle and then draw ourselves another card to try to find an out. Okay. It's us for 6. We go down to 5. Goyf 3. So we can double block and live for a turn. Triple Goyf is hard to beat. Black, black. Ooh, is this a Blood Braid? Yep, this is indeed a Blood Braid. Cascade hits push. We go for the push. We go for the Veil of Summer. Well, there's a scale up. Not like it matters, because Bloodbraid Elf has haste, baby. Turns them all sideways. We lose. As we block 6, take 6, go to -1. All right. Ended 3-2. Not surprising with our... Well, at least not surprising with the Jund loss. It's a very hard matchup. I've typically navigated it rather well. That time we didn't do so hot. What was our other loss to? Was... Oh yeah, Panza. Again, not surprising. They have a lot of removal and they also have Blood Moon. Those are not great matchups for Infect. And yeah, there we go. That was that league. The Goyfs, when we brought them in, didn't feel bad. So I can't complain.